guys, welcome back to another episode here on the podcast. I am currently sat in bed. It's Friday morning, 8 a.m., and I decided that today I'm just going to have a chill day. This week has kind of been up and down, and I just wanted to do something for my mental health and my physical health, I guess, just to give myself a big rest. As I said, this week has been a whole range of emotions, and I don't know, I think it's very important, as this episode is going to teach you, that it's really important to recognize when you're feeling not okay. I thought I was feeling absolutely fine recently, but then I guess, when you just bottle everything up, and that's been this week. So that's a bit of a bummer after such a good summer and my last episode where I've been raving about summer, but it's okay. Like, we move on, and it's completely fine to realize we're not really feeling our best. I wanted to talk about more so giving yourself permission. Give yourself permission to rest. A lot of the time, we may recognize that we need that extra time in bed in the morning, or a nap in the afternoon, or just a little break from the world and everything. But a lot of the time, we never act on it. We go, oh, I can sleep later, or oh yeah, I can sit down later and do stuff for my mental health later. And you just keep putting it off, and then that's when, like this week, everything comes out and you just bottle it up, and that's not fun for anyone, because then all of that negativity or emotion, you lash out on other people, and from my experience, that's not fun for the other people you're lashing out on, and for yourself. It's not fair on anyone. So this is why we need to start just recognizing when we do need that extra time to just relax. And I know it's really hard to do that, especially in today's society, when it's almost as though we're not allowed to do that, and we have to be go, especially at the young age of pre-20, and in your 20s you're expected to study, to travel, to make friends, to socialize, but then to work on yourself, and it's just all so chaotic, and a lot of the time none of us know what we're doing. Let's be real, you guys probably listen to this, you have no idea what you're doing right now, probably. Even if you think you are, you probably don't, and I'm sorry to crush your dreams with that, but it's true. And I thought I knew exactly what I wanted in life, and to find out I don't know, that is the scariest kind of realization I've ever had. Because as I said, I think it was the last one about university, I've always wanted to go. And now that, I'm literally a week, in a week, I'll be moving into my new place. And that is very scary for me. I'm really excited to go for a change of scenery again, but I don't really want uni anymore, and that is scary. And I did talk about it a lot at the end of my last podcast, and I came away from that really quite upset, because I just thought, shit. And I was editing it and I was like, shit. But, I still released it and it was fine. But now, yeah, I'm kind of wishing I had more options, and I do, but perhaps I'm not brave enough to take them, or I've just been grown up in kind of the concept that we have to go to university. And yet, although mental health always comes first, everyone's telling me, if you can't do it, don't go. But then I think with me, it's more I'm up and down. So university, the concept I love, but then I'm there and I think it's the worst thing in the world, just because I'm crying, but I don't know why I'm upset. And it's just, it's so annoying. But I'm just being real with you there. I'm not going to go into it too much. I just kind of wanted to share that with you, because as I said, a lot of the time we don't really recognize this, and we just move on with our lives and ignore our emotions. Another thing to say on that is that it's okay to start over. It's okay to, just completely start over. A lot of the time you feel like we have to follow this one path once we've chosen it, and it's not at all. Sometimes you're going to want to do a different thing, and it's okay to take a few steps back, especially on a mental health journey, for example, because as I said, I thought I was doing great. This summer I've been conquering so much, and I've really enjoyed that, and I've really loved the feeling of it. But then everything just got really bottled up this week, and turns out I haven't really been doing what I thought I was doing, and more stuff's been added to the mix, and it's just not been the best time recently. But I'm moving past it, and I have really recognized that it's okay to start over. Like, this week has been kind of not a milestone week, but a week to kind of just realize this and to start again with this whole journey I'm on at the moment. And although that's really scary, I'm kind of looking forward to how I'm going to go about it this time, and how I'm not going to go backwards again like I have. Because old habits are coming back, old thoughts, etc. But I'm not going to let it get to me. Again, I am always up and down. I'm always yay one day, and at the end of the day I'm screaming and crying at people. But that's just normal. That's hormones and just normal. Like, I could say teenage, but it's not. It's everyone. Like, all of our emotions go up and down throughout the day, and it could literally be no external trigger. It could just be internal. Not even hormone. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes we just want to cry, and that's okay. Give yourself permission to cry. Give yourself permission to rest, and just to say, it's okay. You are allowed to rest. You're allowed to start over. You don't always have to be completely okay. You don't always have to feel like you're always on the right track, because a lot of the time you might not be, and it takes a while to realize that. You come first in any situation, even when you feel like you've got to put other people first. You are the priority. I was going to make up a whole different word then, and that would have made no sense. That you are the prioritization. No, that makes no sense. Moving on. So this morning, this is why I decided to have a me day. This week I've been doing a lot more exercise and just doing a lot more stuff, and I've been quite drained. So this morning I woke up and thought, you know what, let's just go get a coffee, put on some like really comfy clothes, sit in bed. And I wasn't going to record a podcast, but then I thought this would be the perfect time to do it, because I love recording these kind of episodes where I'm literally just journaling with you and just sharing my thoughts whilst just having a bit of a downtime myself. And to start the day with this I love it. And today it's just going to be a me day, and that's really important to share, because a lot of the time we think we're not allowed that, or that's selfish. But when I was going back to the uni thing, the last term of uni, I loved it so much because I was on my own quite a lot of the time, and I was finding a new routine, just me. So that was like going for my morning walk, and then later in the day going for another walk to go get a coffee. And I love that. Taking time to go to the gym on my own, you know what I mean? Just little things on your own. Then the odd nights out, I did do that eventually, but now I'm at a stage where I do want to go on a night out, but I've got to be careful right now because everything is a bit much at the moment. So I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but I am looking forward to seeing my friends again, I think. I saw my friends on Tuesday, and that was really nice. We had a day out in Bath, and I just kind of want to have more days with my old friends, because I'm not going to see them for a while. Like, we're all going to uni in the next week. Jeez. And this weekend is very busy as well with the bank holiday, so I don't know if I am going to see them before I go. But that's okay. My house this year is right outside the train station, so if I'm bored I can just get up and go, which I shouldn't. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you because, I've got a face mask on, got my coffee, I'm sat in my bed. The sun is finally shining after it being miserable weather all week. So, pathetic fallacy for you for the day. I was going to get up, I planned last night to get up and walk to my nearest town, which is like an hour walk away. And I was going to get a coffee, then walk back, run a few errands. And I still want to do that, but I love a walk, and an hour walk is nothing to me if I'm just listening to music or listening to a podcast. But at the same time, I don't really want to do it. And I'd just be doing it to be like, I've done exercise, if you know what I mean. But I still need to go to the town. But then I might take myself out for coffee. I'm just trying to brainstorm with you. But then I really want to go out for sushi. So I might go into the city and go get sushi. But I don't know yet because it's not even 8:30 yet. And I'm already thinking about sushi, but I haven't had sushi in a while, so I want to go get some. Yeah, I just saw that the sun is now like shining onto my bed, which is just so cute. My bed in my room used to be like in a different place where I would wake up in like the spring when the sun started like being a bit later. Not later, earlier in the morning, and it used to like wake me up as it shone through the window, which was the best feeling in the world. Another thing I kind of wanted to touch on, kind of moving off topic now, is it's okay to fail. I just mentioned that it's okay to start over, but it's also okay to fail. When you have this, literally, it's like gut wrenching feeling that you failed something, or even someone, you've let someone down, or you've let yourself down. You haven't. Trust me, you have not. Failure in this society is so, I don't know what the word is, but just not hyped up, but just blown up, I guess. It's like, oh my god, you failed if you didn't get that job you wanted, or if you didn't get the degree title you wanted, didn't get into the right university. And then like little things like, oh, you failed because I don't know, you didn't recover, or I don't know, just all these. You can fail with anything. You didn't finish that book you said you'd finish over the month. I don't know. You haven't failed. Like, that word is so toxic, I guess, because failing is when you literally. I don't really know what the definition of failing is, but it's just. Like, you just stop, I guess. Failure. Oh, this is going to sound so abstract right now, but failure is. To me, it sounds like everything ends when you fail. Like, it's when you cannot get back up again. And sometimes it feels like that if, for example, I know a lot of people this year who didn't get into the university they wanted to get. They didn't get the right grades, or they just didn't get accepted because of the like backlog from COVID, or they just didn't get accepted. I don't know. Like, a lot of that has happened this year, and I know a couple of people who literally think that's the end of the world, and they don't know what to do now because their whole money was riding on it, especially medicine or really hard degree like law. I don't know what other degrees are, economics as well. Those three, I feel like people get rejected all the time, and I hate that word rejected. I prefer like not accepted. Like, rejection is like kind of like failure. It's such a nasty word. But anyway, I was just thinking that they think that that's be all and end all, especially medical degrees, because they don't plan beyond that. If someone says to them, "What if you don't get in?" They go, "I have to get in. I'm predicted like 3A stars, and I've got this on my personal statement." If you don't know what I'm talking about, just move on. But and I'm like, I feel like everyone applying for medical degrees are the exact same person, and you've got to have something very special about you to actually get in. I don't know. I think that's just me, but because they all say the same thing. But this is just a really broad example of how, not broad, very specific example of how failure isn't a bad thing. And that's not even failing. That's just, forgetting to jump over the hurdle type thing. That is not what I meant. I mean, falling at the first hurdle. Is that the saying? I think that's the saying. But it's just, you haven't failed. You just didn't like achieve what you wanted to, and that's not failure. To you it might feel like that, but it's not. I really want this word to be either removed from vocabulary or just retrained in people's mind a lot, because especially as young adults, we think that everything is riding on this one thing that we've got. For example, for me, this week has been quite big on the word failure for me. Because with recovery, I thought I was doing so well, especially this summer. Like, I go on about this a lot, and I've just got through so much, and I thought it was as though I had almost fully recovered, but now it does not appear like that at all. And like, my family were like, no, and I was like, you what? But that's okay. And it took me a while. I was really upset about it because I was thinking, oh god, like, I need to start again, and just the thought of starting from scratch really scared me. But I did it, and I got through a couple of days with it and blah blah blah. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm just sharing my own like personal anecdote for this. Like the word failure, I've written in my journal and then I just crossed it out because I was like, no, you've not failed. Do not even start writing that anywhere. You just need to start over. You just need to retrain your mind or just look at it from a different perspective. You like with anything, with if you don't get accepted to a job, that's not the worst thing in the world. That just shows that you weren't meant for that job. And I'm not going to go into spiritual moments with you again because I always go into that, but maybe it is that it just wasn't meant to be. And even though if it was the perfect job for you, it just wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. Even I feel like that's kind of a different way to look at it with a job, because sometimes that's the only job in your area and you need it. I don't know, but it's kind of a tricky one, especially nowadays when there's either loads of jobs or no jobs. I can never make up my mind with that. I think I've applied for I have applied for a couple like part-time jobs during university this year. But as my mum said, like I'm trying not to pile too much stuff on because I know that that's how I do burn out. But at the same time, I think people are thinking I'm applying for all this stuff for like to distract myself because I know when I'm alone, that's when everything kind of goes downhill. Sorry, I'll just taking my face mask off. But yeah, and it's not really distractions. It's just because while I'm at uni, like I want to make the most of it. If I'm thinking of like, oh, I don't really want to do uni, I'll kind of want to immerse myself in all things uni and then decide, if you know what I mean. Like, as my mum said, I don't have to go, but then if I go, I don't have to stay either, which is kind of really reassuring for me. So if I do have another huge breakdown, which I'm not manifesting, so it's not going to happen, like I'm going to enjoy this year. And by enjoying it, I'm going to make sure I socialise more, because I just didn't do it because I didn't enjoy it, and that was my ED, and I just never realised. And I know I always bring it up, but it just shows how powerful they are, I guess, that it just restricted me for so long, and I absolutely hated it. And I didn't see it at the time because it wasn't really the main thing in the picture. I just thought it was my mental health, but obviously that was the main cause of it. Because I just didn't want to go out and I didn't want to see people. But yeah, this year will be different. This summer, as I've said time and time again, like I now understand not the importance, but the luxury of just staying in bed all morning. And it's just, I love it. I now love lazy mornings. Obviously not all the time. Like I haven't done it all the time. But you know, if I'm at a party or I stay over somewhere and like after a night out, I don't want to get up at 7 a.m. like I usually do and go for a run or any of that. But now, hopefully this year, as I said, I'm going to go back into hockey. I said that I'm going to go to like the pre-season and stuff because that's kind of easy and I'll just see if I like it. I'll go to the pre-season tour and, you know, just the bit before uni. So yeah, just pre-season, I'll do it. Don't know how many times I just said that fucking word. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to do that, throw myself into that, and I don't have to then go to all the training days. I don't have to do all that. I want to get a job, but a very loose part-time one. So I've like signed up to be like an SU ambassador for the university, just because that isn't full on. Like yeah, it's a full-on job once you get like your shifts, but it's not really shifts. It's more come in for this event, etc. So it's more of a chill job, and that's kind of what I want to go into anyway. So that's very chill. If I've got time, I want to get a cafe job at some point. But again, that's going to be something I do in like November, December, when I know kind of what I'm doing. And I think it's just reassuring that I'm right opposite the train station, because if I do struggle at any point, I can just come home or go see my sister or go see my friends, etc. It's not going to be I'm stuck at university again. So last year when I had my car, that was a comfort blanket for me because I didn't really use it as much as I thought I would. I thought I'd literally be going home on a random Tuesday night because I needed to. But I think just having that comfort blanket, and maybe that is something I'll touch on as well here, especially first year uni, like it's going to be hard. Or if you're traveling or if you're doing something new, don't expect it to be all fun and giggles and just laughs all the time. Like, don't expect it to crash and burn, but always have that kind of fallback or the comfort blanket or just the reassurance. Whatever you're doing, just always have that at the very back of your mind. Don't obviously expect it to be bad, whatever you're doing, but because I always say be positive, never go down the negative route. But it is always good, I've learned, to have a plan B. And as though, although I hate pessimism and like always expecting the worst out of people, I hate that so much. And I completely vouch for positivity all the time and a positive mindset, law of attraction, manifestation, blah, blah, blah. You've heard it all before. But I do see the importance of just, yeah, just having a plan B. Definitely have a plan B just in case. And yeah. So kind of what I'm saying, it's kind of a journaling episode for me, this one, but I'm just saying it's, I don't really know how to put it now to kind of wrap it up, but sometimes you don't know everything about yourself. I think that is a really good point to wrap it up. Like, sometimes you think that you're okay when you're not, and it takes someone else to say, "Are you okay?" And you go, "Yeah," and then you realize you're not, and that sucks because you think you're okay, and that probably hurts more. But always know that. And then with like, if you think you're on the right path and you're not, I say path, I don't even mean that spiritually, but you think you're doing the right thing and you're not, and then you realize it. For example, with me with uni, you're like, fuck, like, oh, I really wanted to do it, and then you get flustered because you don't know what else you do. See, like, that's what I mean. And yeah, just sometimes you just don't know who you really are, even if you're on this whole journey to discover who you are. And that sucks, like, big time. I think that is the worst kind of kick in the teeth I've ever had. But at the same time, it's exciting because it does just show how constantly we are changing, evolving, and we don't know who we are. And if you know what I mean, like, this is going to sound so bloody stupid, but I always say, why are we looking out for like other life forms? Like, why are we going to different planets when we still don't know everything about our own? Like, we know 10% of the sea, or not, I don't even think it's that. It's either 10, 12, or below that. Like, it's no more than 12% of the sea we know, which scares the shit out of me. That is why I hate going in the sea so much, unless it's like the clear sea. But that's only in like the Indian Ocean and stuff, so I don't go there very often. But I hate going in the sea so much because it's scary. And then you can kind of take that on yourself. We might only know 10% of ourselves because, you know, if you meet a new person, they might bring out the best in you. And that sounds really too ooey gooey, but it's true. Like, you might meet a friend or a guy or someone, and they might just bring out this whole new side of you. And that is even more exciting because you might think, oh, I didn't think I'd like doing XYZ, or I didn't think I would, yeah, just enjoy doing this kind of thing. And you just, I don't know, you just find out completely different things about yourself when you're with new people, which is why socializing, I've learned, is great because, yeah, you get to know, you get to know so many different people, and you get to know more about yourself. So it's a win-win situ. And yeah, just give yourself permission, like I am today, just to have a complete day off. I mean, I know if you've got a 9 to 5 job, it's a lot harder to do, but just give yourself a reset day. This isn't even like a Monday, Sunday reset day of doing the washing, doing the cleaning. It's not really that. It's just hitting the pause button, taking myself out for coffee, maybe sushi, running errands, just doing just little things. Yeah, I kind of wish I stayed asleep for a bit longer because it's only 8:30 and I feel like I'm done for the day. But I'm not necessarily going to sit in bed all day because I know I'd feel crap if I did that. But if I do, I do. And I'm going to walk around town for a bit, not treat myself. Oh my God, I've literally spent so much money. Like, this summer alone, I've spent so much money on like lunch, dinner, drinks, random shit, coffee. You know what I mean? Just when you're out, you just buy loads of shit. especially during work, I just bought loads of stuff during the weeks when I was like commuting back and forth. I just buy coffee like twice a day. I don't know. I just buy loads of shit. And now I'm like looking to go back to uni. I'm thinking, oh, I need some more clubbing outfits. So I've just done a huge haul. And then whenever I'm in town, I go, oh, I can spend money here too, like not just online. Or no, it's just anyway, it's just a whole cycle. But I did buy one really exciting thing. I bought myself some new headphones as a treat for working. I was gonna wait until my paycheck actually came in because I still didn't have it yet. Because I wanted to see that come in and then buy myself these. They're the Beats Studio 3. They're white with like a bluish tint because my sister's boyfriend has them and I've wanted them for so long. And on Amazon, I went into the Apple store, and they were there and I tried them on. I tried the Apple headphones on and I was like, no, like they were too nice, but I could not buy them because that's half a grand. No, that's half my paycheck. No, I'm not buying them, even though they're so nice. But I tried on the Beats and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get them. I was literally gonna get them there and then, but then I looked on Amazon and they were 30% off. So I did just order them and they're coming today and I'm very excited. But I've had to take that out of my savings. But then as soon as my paycheck comes in, I'll put it back. So it's kind of annoying that they're on sale now, but I didn't want to wait and then they not to be on sale, blah blah blah. Because then that's 30% off that I could have got. So anyway, that's another thing. Treat yourself if you haven't in a while. Buy yourself something nice, even if it's a new hairbrush. I do need a new hairbrush actually. Oh yeah, I dyed my hair as well, and I got my lashes done. Honestly, as soon as I finished work, I decided to treat myself, just pamper myself. Yeah, I'm really, really dark brown now, all over, which is such a big change because I was blonde for so long. I went brown in December, but then it was faded, so it looked more like an ombre because my hair was so bleached underneath that that brown kind of came off. So it did look like a really natural ombre, but I don't really like it. So I went dark brown because it's autumn. And I'm so excited for pumpkin spice lattes to come out because apparently they've come out in America, but they have not come out yet in England. Because I was going to go today because I heard on the radio that they've come out, but then I looked it up and that meant America, so I was really annoyed. But I'm excited to go get that because I'm moving in on the 1st, and apparently they come out on the 2nd of September. So I'll be on my own, so I can go get one, and hopefully it'll be cold. I don't want it to be cold, but anyway, I'm rambling. But yeah, thank you for listening to this episode. It has been a bit of a ramble one, but I love these ones, and I think you guys love these ones too. So leave a review, rate it, like it, share it with your friends, and I'll hopefully see you soon when I'm in a better frame of mind. But I think I am doing okay. As I said, just always try and recognize the days where you are feeling down and you do need a bit of a pick me up. I don't feel down today. I just think I just need some more me time just to understand kind of what I'm feeling. And that's completely fine. So hopefully speak to you soon, and yeah, goodbye.